got a finch. I know you're sick of looking at my finches, but just keep in mind. Yep, I'm flipping the finch, man. Take it how you will, because I like them. The Chernobyl Ant. Come on, man. How do you not like that? The Chernobyl Ant. It's like 10 levels of cool. And then I'm going to flip the finch. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm flipping the finch, man. Look at this thing. Red. A red Chernobyl Ant. I think I might have another one. And if I do, the other one is most likely going to be the one that ends up over at TEK. Because look at this thing. Contour G10. Wonderful. Titanium pocket clip. Stainless steel liners. Let's get that blade out. Oh, look at that. Hand finished blade. Satin. Gorgeous. 14C28N on this knife. Chernobyl Ant. That hand satin finish on there. Wow. We're locked up about 40%. Yeah, smooth. Centered blade. Snappy. Oh, man, is this thing cool. Very nice. Yep. Yep. Yeah, very nice. A little bit of a choke up there. I dig it. Of course, got my little glow logo. Very cool. I dig it. Wow. Slick. Man, I love finding these. I'm almost excited about finding old finches as I am old Kaisers. Like, that's the stuff that's getting me. New knives are cool, but this old stuff, it attracts me. I get it. Hard to find, never see them. It's not like, Finch drops a new knife and eBay's full of them, all the sites are full of them, everybody's selling them. But these old ones, like the old Kaisers, you never see them. And then when they show up, they're like a unicorn in the wild, right? It's like, oh, I seen one. I actually seen Bigfoot. That kind of thing. Pretty cool. Well, come on, man. Let's open this thing up. Where's that liner? Okay. I see where it's lining up. I'm always looking to make it better. I don't care how good it is. I'm gonna challenge good to see if I can't make it great. And that was definitely good. But I'm gonna look at it and see if there's some great in it. Some greatness. I mean, looks dirty. Definitely all fingerprinted up in here. Look at the scale. Look how fingerprinted that is. Well, it needed me in here to clean that up. 100% it did. Yeah, all this is kind of funky. I'm going to use a little cleaner on it, as a matter of fact. Not a lot, just a little bit. Get all that old funky grease, whatever that is. Let's get that off of there. I don't want none of that hanging around. And I want these scales like mirrors. Go get your shine box. Yeah, like that. Ooh. What do you mean there ain't no more shine box? You got the shine box right here. Yeah. Wow. Like mirrors. What about this one? I think it's storming here. I saw something about tornado warnings or something this evening. You know, that's where I live, man. Tornado Alley. That last one come through here, man. It was less than a mile and a half away. Rolled right up the side of the hill. I live at the top of the hill. And rolled right up the side of it and across the side of the hill. Like, you know, here's a big topographic hill. Well, it rolled right along the side of that hill. But it was coming up to me, but then it chased around the side of it and about a mile or so away down the hill. Yep. Pays to live on the big house on the top of the hill, man. I'm just saying. Yeah, I mean, you go through where that tornado went through, and it's still, you know, it still looks like a war zone. I mean, the trees are split in half, and you know, big, huge pieces of bark and trunk ripped off. You know, right in the middle of trees. I mean, the power that goes on inside one of those is stunning. Yeah, it's something else. Lots of roofs are still covered in tarps, and I don't, you know, who knows? Is it insurance claims? Is it, you know, trying to decide whether to sell the place or fix it or what? I mean, yeah, that's pretty close to where it was, so I don't think I'm going to mess with that action. I'm going to leave it be. It was really snappy. I just felt like maybe I could lighten it a little bit, but it is what it is. We're going to run with it. Oh, come on. I did all that, and it so bad did not want to go in there, and then it fell right out. There, we got it. Get these fingerprints off of here. You can go cage up. It's got an internal stop pin. That's pretty cool. Just get a tiny little drop here. Boop. And 2 times. Put that on there without touching everything. I like it. Like it like that. Something tells me that didn't go together right. I mean, it looks okay. All right. Never mind. Let's put this big screw in first. Big, long. At the very back. Yeah, it's thundering outside. I can hear it raining. Yeah. Okay. I'll take that as a affirmative. All right. Well, let's talk about this action real quick. Access to the lock bar. It's raised a little bit above the scale. It's got nice jimping on it, so reaching in there, it's really easy to get a hold of it. And the knife at this point is just drop shut. I mean, it's just one little up and it's gone. The flipper tab, it's got jimping all over it. Pardon me. And I don't think I can fail it. I'm going to try. Yeah, when it breaks that detent, man, it's gone. It's off to the races. It's a rocket coming out of there. So you can't fail to open the knife. Now, it's a one trick pony. There's only one way in, and it's right there. I will say this on this particular knife that the flipper tab is pokey. See how much of a point that comes to right there? Well, with my finger going into that, I mean, that's pokey. I don't think I'd sit around and flip this, for an hour, like, on a phone call or surfing the web or whatever. I don't think I'd put this in my hand and just sit there and go like this because every time I push in, that's pokey. Yep. Yeah, no, I definitely wouldn't. I mean, if I did that 20 times in a row, my finger would be sore. It's just pokey, man. Um, because of that, I'm going to give it an A minus on the action. I probably could very easily fix that with my little diamond file. I'm sure I could. I'm sure I could just flatten that just enough with this file right here. Flatten that out just enough. I'd probably take it out of here because I wouldn't want to bump the scales or the liner or anything. But then flatten that just enough that it wasn't so pokey. And I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to pause, but I'll be back. Okay, well, I want to be careful because that blade, I'm sure, is as sharp as a razor blade. So I've got a little towel here. I'm hanging on to it. I'm going to drape it over that blade, that exposed sharp blade. It could still cut me. That's how sharp it is, but I'm aware of it. So now I'm going to take this little file and I'm just going to work that button, the tip of that. I'm just going to round that off a little bit. And when I'm done, I'm telling you, you know I did it and I know I did it, but nobody else is going to be able to look at this and know that I did it. Like if you looked at the knife, you'd never know. Now you'll know because you know that I'm doing it. But it's one of those small modifications that I don't put a lot of thought into it. As long as I'm careful, and I don't go marring up the knife, which if I do, well, that's my fault for being sloppy. But like this, just being careful, I'm just rounding that off a little bit. You can see, man, I ground on that a bunch. And you can't tell I did. You can't tell at all. Doesn't look any different than the rest of it. Careful. Keep that blade covered. I'm going to go a little more. And then when I'm done, I've got to throw this towel in the wash because it's got little microscopic pieces of metal in it. I go rubbing something with it, and I've had that happen. It's like, oh, this knife's never been carried, but that blade's scratched up. How about a contaminated towel, man? All right. Kind of getting after it now because I've been babying it. There's no reason to baby it. Let's make sure that blade's covered. I mean, 100%, the goal is to blunt that sharp edge. So I'm just going to get after it and do that. That's what I'm doing it for, is to blunt that up. There we go. All right, now I'm going to smooth it up a little bit. Make sure it's purty. So the girl has been selected to the All-State team, and she is a finalist for Wrestler of the Year. Yep, winning her state second title, and finally beating her nemesis from when she first started wrestling. Four-time state champ, finally beat her this year, took her down in a match. Let me dump this towel real quick. And I've got another one right here, just like it. Okay. Well, let's reassemble and then I'll check my handiwork. But anyways, yeah, so the girls up for some acknowledgement. Making the all-state team's a pretty big deal as a junior, you know. And she did go out to World Team Trials and wrestled in the 20U. You know, she's 17, and so where her birthday falls, it puts her at the bottom of the 20U, 20 and under bracket. She was 2 months too late to still be in the 17U bracket this year, which, you know, everybody goes through that. Everybody has a year where they're at the bottom of that next bracket, right? So, you know, it's not that it's not fair. I'm not claiming that it's an unfair system. It's difficult when you're at the bottom of it because you're wrestling, you know, 20-year-olds, freshmen and sophomore in college for sure. And then she also wrestled 23U at the World Team Trials just because she's there. So she's making weight, might as well wrestle. And she won a match, won two matches, went 2-2, and lost to her first loss was to a girl that went to the finals, and her second loss was to a girl that rolled up the backside and wrestled for third, I believe. So yeah, a couple of stud girls that were really tough. I think I'm too tight. Nope. Well, I can tell you this. So you can't see it now. You and I may see it, but anybody else looking at that would never notice that. But that changed that enough now that I could sit here and do this all day. Yep, just a little bit of file work, and you'd never know it to look at the knife, but it made it functional. I can actually flip this without that poking that crap out of my finger. Small things like that. I don't sweat them, man. It's like, oh, you're changing the dynamics of the knife. Yeah, but way for the better. Way for the better. The knife is so much better off that I did that. Yep. Where was I? How about the pocket clip? Ergonomics are solid. It's comfortable in hand. Let's see what the pocket clip does. Thick stuff? Yeah, all the way. I like the holes. Shows the pants through the holes. It needs some tension. Yeah, it's barely hanging on in all of that. Not even sure if it's completely touching here. So yeah, I'm gonna have to pull it. Okay, well, I adjusted it a little bit, put a little hump in it, and now, even on the thin stuff here, it's a dryer clip. Yep, a little tension on it. Didn't take much. Small adjustment and runs like the wind now. So it literally went from a meh pocket clip to, yeah, it's solid. Excellent pocket clip. Safety. Make sure we can't make any blade contact, and the tip is recessed. Tip's good, clip's good, and I can handle a knife any way I want without making blade contact. Let's check that ability to detent to hold that blade in. Yeah, just snapped it in. There's no detent lash on the bottom. It's solid as a rock. Yeah, let's check the lock. Yeah, good to go. Nice liner lock. How much are we locked up? 45, 50%. Good lockup for sure. And that 14C. Yeah. Yep. Very nice. Super sharp. Wonderful. These Chernobyls, I think they go for like 129 if you can find them. They're not common. I don't know what year they dropped, but it's been a couple of years, so they're not readily available. I am going to look real quick and see If in fact I have another one, and if it's going to go to Timber's Edge, and I'll tell you here. So if you're interested, you could go over there and look. Okay, well, if you're still here, well, how about a bonus, right? We're in a case, man. So here's my finches. It's this row and these. So one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, and then 10. So I have 17. Now 18 finches. Okay. So what I want to do though is see if I've got another one of these Chernobyls, because if I do, I probably need to clear one out. So the way I'm going to try to find it is I'm going to try to find the top that looks like this top. Um, is that it right there? Is that a Chernobyl? It is. It's a glow Chernobyl. Yeah, right there. Chernobyl ant. It's a glow. Mmm. See, this is the problem with a hoarder. You know, a knife. This is the problem with a knife collector. It's because, yeah, man, I don't, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, I think for now, it's just going to have to stick around. But I think what I'll do, I'm just going to rearrange it in the case. How about that? And then this one could sit next to that one. And then every time I look at the two of them, I'll have to make a decision. Should I stay or should I go? Oh, man. Not good. I've got some six leaves over here, some Chris Reeves and different things going on in here. I got some oddball stuff here. This is a little Demco 20. Yeah, this is a cool case. Um, Ow. Do it right. There we go. Look at that thing. I forget who even makes that. I know, I just can't think of it. One of my favorite little artisan cutleries. Or is that a concept? No, it's a concept. Yeah, I dig that thing. My favorite CH knife. See, this case got some oddball stuff in it. All my Spydercos. I don't have a lot of them, but all like 10 Spydercos. And then down here, I've got my little Brisa knives. Yep, really proud of these, man. I don't know that I'm proud of them, but I dig them. I got lucky. So I've got the birchwood, the carbon fiber, and I didn't know there was one, but there's a hardwood version. I got it as well. Very cool. This one's in 30V. Yeah, very cool. All right. Well, listen, I appreciate you looking in this case for me. Oh, and here, look, I got my whole row of Yang Z's in this case. Yep. All six. One, two. This is number 4. Going backwards. Number 5. This is actually number 3. The YG003. This is the number 2. Kind of radical. It's got that copper infused carbon fiber going on there. And then the first one. Yep. M390, copper infused. Yeah, pretty cool. All right, what else? Anything else of dire interest here? One of my all-time favorite six leaves, maybe the best six leaf knife right here. Yeah, this thing's legit. They did this one right. It's a night morning design, so not surprising. Night morning's known to develop a good knife, but yeah, this thing, maybe one of my favorite. Somebody actually asked me about a couple of knives the other day. This is a Mercenary rattlesnake design, CP20. This is a Mark III unicorn. Really hard to find this dude. But somebody asked me about this knife. This is the SL16 in M390 rattlesnake design, and it is the high-end version of this one. This is also the 16, but in D2 and roughed up lime green, neon green G10 scales with steel liners. And I really like this knife. It's super grippy, but I was able to secure this one, which is rock solid. It's a little tank. And I was able to secure this one, but then I was able to get its cousin, the Mercenary version. It's also a rattlesnake design, and they're just so similar. And somebody reached out and asked me if I'd sell this one, and it's like, yeah, I don't know, man. You're in a category that like it's a part of a three knife set, and to be honest, the three of them together, that would be a lot of money for because of these two, this one and this one. They're just not readily available. Yeah. All right. Anyways, let me get this out of our way. I mean, give a knife hoarder a case of knives and some of your time, and 3 hours later, maybe you get away. Oh, I got one more to show you. Oh, I got one more to show you. Yeah. Anyways, hey, this Chernobyl Ant, what a cool piece, man. I love these finches. Very neat, and I appreciate you watching.